Okay, Grand Rising. I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. I see some people want to try to still come for me. A couple strangers talking some shit. But what it is that is not cool is my own twin sister. And I'll put it this way. I'm going to give all my credentials first here to show what I have been doing to just silence all this confusion that people like Maria and my sister want to try to make about me, somebody that's been nothing but help. They are real good at leaving out how you've helped them. And so let me give you guys my credentials before these ladies want to sit here and tear down someone that actually is trying to do big things for the community. Then there's a lot that needs to change in the culture. But to begin with, and we can go back down the timeline, my efforts during Black Lives Matter, a friend at the time, there's two people that encouraged me to push this forward. At the moment I was going through a very toxic situation with someone that was way more demonic than her, and a situation where we were not together, and I paid more than half the rent, and I kept more than half the bill for the food, her and her kids. Love the girls, but I didn't owe them anything, and we dated prior to moving into that house. And during that time, when cheaters and liars, they say the punishment of a cheater and a liar is that they think no one believes them. No, it's better than that. But it's like the punishment basically when you lie and cheat is to think that everybody's doing that to you, right? Not to believe, not to trust. The punishment of a liar and a cheater is to not trust anyone. So while people are out here trying to shame the things that I stand for, I worked in construction, by the way, drove a bunch of, the big rigs like the guys, and a lot of guys that were too scared to drive them in very tight spaces. I worked from foundation concrete on up to finish work within 5 years, where most people get pigeonholed, but I got introduced to a lot because, as far as I'm concerned, I applied myself. I was a joy to be around. I made it an art. A lot of these women wouldn't dare do, and a lot of guys wouldn't dare do. And did that in Portland, Oregon. When it comes to building these affordable housing is what brought this movement on here. Watching the kids in cages, wanting to be an artist. I knew what calling out, and especially during Black Lives Matter. So, I'm there to support a whole lot of people and cultures. I designed this shirt. I had some graphic designers take a rough sketch, but basically, it's real simple, concrete slab and the buildings and everything. That is my thought. That is my energy, considering the community. I created a song called New Magic, the community project. I spent a lot of time making that video happen, having my devices tapped into by my ex of 3 years or so, who was a cop who tormented me while I was with her and while I left, and I still did the American thing with her, trying to make that work. But we can get into all that in a minute. The thing that I'm trying to point out here is there's a lot of women who have tried to obstruct me from doing just me and my own peace, let alone what I'm trying to do for the world and everybody, the person in the office. The movement was to get tradesmen to take a pause. And when I realized even the union didn't care about Black Lives Matter, what was happening, with us, I said, okay, a friend of mine who was a carpenter too, encouraged me she would be supportive in the movement. I said, well, I've been getting locked out of my social media and all this stuff. So I would depend on you guys for the online stuff. Yeah. Okay, being her and her girlfriend at the time. And where they took me out of my circumstance with Jess, they got me to focus on and attention. They were doing on the protests. They were doing like the brigade and the fighting, and I present this idea and my song and what I think needs to change, and it's a better approach, and that my friend shouldn't be out there like that, spending her time and energy, and she's saying, it's never going to change. And I'm like, then what are you fighting for? You're just fighting. And there's a whole lot to say about that and her personality, but she grew up doing martial arts, and maybe that's just in her. She just wants to fight. Because when it come down to the movement and me depending on them, shit wasn't getting done. It was more interesting to go camping and be on acid trips than to showing up at the house to do the videos with another song that I have, sleeping in. Just no respect for the movement. Their friend that's experienced racism from both sides, putting the effort. There was support. Hey, she paid for the shirts to get done. Great, I didn't have the money, but why is it all on Val? When it all comes down to things, people love to put it on me, like this movement was for me. And like, oh, we support you. And it's like, this is for all of us. And to make a song called New Magic, the Community Project, to call the movement New Magic, the Community Project, it was started, to be honest, behind seeing Puerto Rico in shambles. And even then, I'm seeing this devastation happen amongst the world, and the people around me are clueless. And I wanted to do something for all of it, and I thought it was very achievable and nonviolent, but lowering our work hours. I wanted to go learn aircrete to build for myself and my family and buy land, and that we could get out of the mortgage and the rental trap. That was the goal. So this whole time, I'm moving forward to help more people, including my sister that wants to talk a bunch of shit about me, as though I've never helped her end abundantly, and her kids. I gotta bring all the stuff out. And so here it is. I've got songs online. Go to Aquarian. If you guys are seeing this video, most likely you're there. But Aquarian Love 777. I got a little playlist of some of my songs, but I have many more that are not on there. But when you look at those songs, they're called, that's not really community uplift. That's more of prophecy, told you. But this is about the pain that someone like me goes through in this life. And just, some older stuff 11 years ago. Then I come in with Not Ready when I leave the cop, and she's blocking all of my accounts and tormenting me through them, sending me a song that says, I don't want you to be famous. I do New Magic, the Community Project. And I'm pretty sure she blocked a lot of the shit, and I'm pretty sure just me starting the movement too. But the reality is, I got family and friends, a lot of people that know me, yet where's the support? So I'm being blocked online, or they not supporting, or both, right? But it's like I go through this movement, and it takes me through a whole lot of circumstances, living in a room with a friend and with a friend after. Well, look, I'm jumping way far ahead because there's so much that I'm like defending for my sister to prove that, she don't got it straight. And I'm not gonna do all that. Like I said, the bottom line is, people have definitely benefited from me being around, and we help each other. And I need help just like anybody else does. But I made a very big transition in my life to stop working for corporate America and try to get people to take a pause, and went to Hawaii to go ahead and learn about aircrete and the spirit was like, no, this is where you need to be, where you belong. In the middle of that, I go ahead and begged many, many times by a chick, yes, that I was interested in learning more about. But she had the same, because she had the same aspirations as me, or so what she said, with like my movement and what she wanted to do for her community in Colombia. And she kept begging that I come there. And I'm like, well, this could be really great for the movement that we are starting. And so I still had money at this time in my earlier stages of Hawaii. So people trying to act like I was just out here and didn't. That's what's fucked up about it. So I go home, straighten out some stuff there, because the tribe members that started the movement with me are not showing up. Acid trips and weekend trips are more important, and my stuff. Meanwhile, when I got there, and mind you, it ain't even been it's just been a few months, okay? I bought 2 shelves, damn near $300 each, nicely, to put their shit and their roommate shit up on a shelf, and I put mine on another. And in this transition, I got all this nice stuff they could sell. They know the issues I've been having with the online, but Tribe didn't want to pull through and help that. I got to come back and get that done. But even then, I'm going through this spiritual thing, and that you don't really know yet, where the universe is stripping you down of everything. And I try to sell that stuff, man, for the low. Man, people just really wanted it for free. And I said, fuck that shit. I'm going to put it all in this car, my car. I worked very hard to recover from, okay? Trading in my car with the cop who had all the money, right? And she didn't want me to have shit. So I had to start over, mind you, from that too. Earn a car, work construction again, got me a car. Let's fast forward here. I've done the movement, and I'm coming here to Hawaii. I give a kid the car, fill it with all kinds of great stuff, tools. I mean, household expensive shit I'm talking about. And just tell him the only requirement he can have the car, just give this to the community at Black Lives or something, right? This is the shit that I do. Yet I go through all this with my own family member. And in the meantime, I've got all kinds of songs on my computer. I'm still putting those other songs together. I write for them to be classics. I still have this movement in mind, but the people that started it with me, I'm one person. And you got one sending emails from her personal account everywhere, leaking things, information out to the big ups before she should have. Just calling the shots, not even talking to me, the founder. And it was just a bunch of shady shit. And so I had to stop and take the time in Hawaii, see all of the communities that are really fucking people over here that get to the island new in Big Island, and it's not Hawaiians. And so I had to see all that, because why? I'm doing this. This is not over. We still need a lot of things fixed and a lot of things healed. I just stopped trying to fight people who were fighting their own bliss. People that want to dump their shit on me. And I came and started my healing here in Hawaii. Well, there's something else to say about that, though, because in the end, when I leaving Hawaii after the training to go wrap up and sell my things and try to, and having this girl from Colombia reach out and ask me to come over and over and again. And I said, okay, well, I'll do. So Spirit said go, so I'll go, and I learned, and I saw a whole lot. But I saw a whole lot spiritually. I didn't end up doing the physical labor that I went there to help her with. And also just to take note of what we're trying to do, and 2 women using our own money. I didn't have much more at that time. But the thing was, block. I got there, and she totally flipped it on me. Denies any feelings, acting like I should know better, but yet don't want me to leave. And that's how it always is with these ladies. They want to chastise you, make you feel like you're a piece of shit, but they don't want you to leave. And it's like I spent little what I had to come here with the movement in mind to another country. Thought this would be really beneficial. We have shirts in Spanish. And she went against everything. She said I'd have my own apartment because she had 3 there, right? Then I had to be in a small confined place in Medellin watching her put this guy in my face the whole time. And I said, I'm still healing. I don't want to come there if that's what it's going to be about. No, she just really tried to destroy me like women do for whatever reason. And then when it come time for me to leave, like, why are you leaving? And there's a lot I could say about that. The bottom line is, that's what I mean by entrapment. It's like, I've been invited in to a home space to share and help each other elevate. And trust me, the others were going to benefit way more than me. Or they just had that circumstance that way. And they wanted me. They wanted my energy. And that bothered my sisters. It seems very much that people wanted me that way. But it's pure love. And the same reason why they'll fight everybody over me. But then, when it comes to me and them, it's a whole nother story. When I start standing up for myself, now they'll support all the motherfuckers that are trying to tear me down too. And now I'm a liar. The sister that was never the liar. Okay, now I'm the liar. Okay, whatever. But the point that I wanted to make here is I've been blocked by so many women when I'm out here trying to do big things. The music that I'm trying to put out and release is different perspectives and resolving hateful energy and love. And man, it's like these ladies and they see you getting higher on that ladder and they're like crabs in a pot. Like I said, I spoke to my sister. I tried to get my sisters to come here to Hawaii when things were good with me and Maria and witness the gathering that I put together and to get some healing. And they were treating me like I'm a crazy bitch. And so, yeah, it's whatever. They clearly are not my soul tribe. They are just my earth tribe, here to learn and go through lessons with. But since everybody's sitting here starting to try to pop off and blow trumpets, there's some of my credentials. And unless you were driving big rigs in inclement weather, on swing stages, on tall buildings, building foundations, women are man for the community. And then you stop and take a big pay cut in your whole entire life to go learn to help people be more efficient and planning for people to eat and not be in this matrix, and you got some shit to say to me, check my credentials, and why don't you maybe support me there? Because I know I got some great songs, and even then, new magic, I can't get people to share that. So anybody watching this, what I've been working on in the meantime is reaching out to celebs, giving them personal reads, and that's really calling myself out in a big way, big, huge. Because I've dealt with all the scrutiny of the commoners. So I could still go through that here with the celebrities. But I have a feeling that I won't, because I feel they're my soul tribe. And that's why I'm calling out to them now. And I got Maria telling me, I'm pathetic to ask for donations. What, just to get us into, I don't have the money. You know I don't have the money. And I ain't getting paid for my work yet. But that doesn't mean I'm putting in applications here, basically, by sending reads for people that are free, that they can see what I'm really about. You know, give them a taste test, right? But a big taste test. And the midst of all of this, I am trying to get myself up out of here, not in the most conventional way that those in the Matrix think that I should. But when you doing work of the divine, it don't pay right away. And when you transition in your life, out of the matrix, it's not that it won't pay right away, but when you're dealing with people that aren't all the way out of the matrix, or not comfortable making, because it's a hard journey, and they don't believe they have the will or the drive to get there themselves, or even with your help, because they don't want to cooperate in their own success, they slide on back to that matrix, and then it becomes toxic. So that's all that's going on in my situation right here. It's not like I'm in the city where it's like, oh yeah, okay, let me just go down the street and get an work at Safeway and get an apartment, or go perform here or go perform there. That's not my journey right now. It was, and it got blocked in every way by Maria. And now I'm on to my channeling. So for those that are wondering, it's all that and music and everything, but we're on divine timing and alignment. And if people are not aligning, well, things shift and we get put on pause or hold. You know, you got these people out here, they in relationships that they're not happy in, so they can have shelter. But there's someone who's truthful like me that says, well, I'm still trying to be friends like she requested. We've been trying to work something out. No, it hasn't worked. That doesn't mean, oh my God, I've been here so long, too long, like my sister says. See, that's that hothead. If you ain't giving up sex and satisfying the sexual energy, you ain't shit. I'm more, sister, than a fuck. I am more than somebody, or of only being of value with someone between my legs. I'm a valuable person and energy to have around, whether it comes to getting this shit done. Yeah, let's talk about your shelves and shit that I do for you, huh? You pick up a screw gun yet? You learned that? You tapped into that masculinity yet? I'm out here doing shit and loving people. You could be one of them, and your kids could be too, if you didn't want to cut them off from that and raise havoc. But like Mama said, you ain't got nothing nice to say? Well, just don't say it at all. But if the truth need to come out, no, don't let nobody shush you. Check my credentials first. Compare your credentials with me, and know raising 2 kids does not equate to what I am trying to do for the community and what I've done for you already. And anybody else out there feeling like her, I just had to give that direct to her, because this is why I've allowed relationships like Maria in my life. And I had to go through the journey of standing firm with these individuals and not hiding the truths so they can sit there and run their fucking mouth. No, I don't enjoy giving the ugly truth about anybody. But you guys have witnessed the truth.